talking about tech and thinking, you have to talk about Marshall McLuhan, and the way he came to California, right, through the counterculture, through a kind of hope that technology was just one more way to expand your mind, that this was one more way to disrupt the old ways of thinking. McLuhan, of course, is probably among the thinkers that I discussed in the book, was influential in a bunch of different fields, but he gave the tech industry, to my mind, something very, very important, which is a narrative of inevitability, right? Whatever else understanding media, his big famous book is, it's a story of change, of historic change that cannot be undone, right? No one's going to uninvent the printing press. Right? There's one moment when you don't have the printed word, and then you do, and you have to live with the consequences. It's a very convenient story for someone who's just about to invent, an app that, might get a coup d'etat started, right? It's like, well, we just created the tech. It's not, you can't really blame us. So that's one thing that they read out of McLuhan. And the other is that we get from McLuhan the sense that content is secondary to form, to platform, right? The idea that the medium itself is the message. What the TV is saying to you is not that important. The TV, the very mode of address that it has, is what transforms your life and really tells you what this medium is about. That, I think, Silicon Valley has turned into a principle for how value is generated, right? And in Silicon Valley, if you create the platform, you tend to get very rich of it. And if you provide content, such as we are doing right now on whichever platform this ends up on, we're not making any money from that. The ad that comes after this video or before this video will give us not a dime. And we've all come to accept that. We've all come to accept that the person who furnishes the agora obviously ought to earn all the cash, and that others really ought to, that what others are doing, right, including us right here, is not really labor, and therefore doesn't need to be remunerated as such. So I do think those are the two big lessons that Silicon Valley learned from McLuhan, which were not the main lessons he was trying to teach. But one can read them out of his oeuvre.